Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. All right, you guys, so this is going to be a reading for the collective, and I am announcing the winner of the 30-minute free reading giveaway. And the winner is LaDonna Monet. My bad, y'all. 9376. The winner again is LaDonna Monet 9376. Send me an email, Adana, so we can schedule your 30-minute reading. My email is in the description box in this video. So just shoot me an email and we can schedule that free reading for you. And thank you so much for everyone who participated. I appreciate the support. And I'm going to do more giveaways in the future, so keep an eye out for that. Why is this not lighting? I don't like this. What's going on? So yeah, this is a collective reading. It is a general reading, so make sure, you don't force the shoe to fit. There'll be more readings to come. And again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate the support, you guys. And welcome to my new subscribers. Welcome to the team. Y'all, I don't know why this Palo Santo is not lighting. What's going on? What is going on? Maybe someone's having a hard time lighting your fire. Maybe you're losing interest in a situation. That could be for some of you. Look, I take everything as a sign, so all right, let me cleanse the space and the chords. All right, so I am first going to, let me just kind of see where you're at right now, collective, what your energy is looking like. What is it that Spirit wants you to pay attention to? What energy is surrounding you? Let's see, message for the collective. You could be moving, possibly buying a new house or in the process of purchasing a new home. You could be doing some renovations to your home. Yeah, see, look, home. Or it could be time for you to follow your true north, which brings you home to yourself. All right, let's see. What messages do you have for the collective? Spiritual cleansing and message. Yesterday when I went to a little coffee shop, and while I was sitting outside, there was this little birdie that literally sat right across from me because I was eating like a little piece of cake. And he was like sitting right in front of me. And birds are supposed to be messengers, right? Like a little birdie told me. So you could be receiving a message that's going to help you like cleanse or release. And as I'm like looking at the deck, it's message here with a butterfly. So going back to that cleanse and release, it's like it's going to help you transform. It's going to help you release a layer of yourself that's possibly been holding you back. And I do see the 10 of Wands at the bottom of this deck. So this could be something that you could have possibly been resisting or rejecting, but I feel like whatever message comes in or whatever piece of information comes in is going to help with the cleansing, with the releasing, with the transformation. Yeah, guys, I saw that earlier too. So right now, I feel like your spirit guides are like speaking so clear to you. Like you're going to start to see either synchronicities like that remind you of something, or that make you feel, or that are showing you that you're exactly where you need to be at the right time, right place, with the right people. I feel like you're being guided to, again, follow your true north, or you're being guided to back to home, or maybe even to a new home if this is a physical thing, right? A move. But I feel like the move is not just a move. I feel like this location shift, or just a shift within yourself, is going to put you into like again, just at the right where you need to be, right? Maybe there is a particular project or a calling, something that you're supposed to be doing, but it's supposed to be elsewhere, not necessarily where you're at. Like maybe if this is a physical move, but also maybe a different job, a different career. It's something that's been weighing heavy on you. And that's because you're needing to transform, right? You're needing to let go or shed the old layer of yourself. There is a heavy energy of like spiritual cleansing. So you could find yourself like just randomly crying, shedding tears. And it doesn't feel like these are like sad, like depressive tears. This is more so like you finally accepting that things have happened the way they have because they were supposed to, right? Because they were supposed to guide you to home, guide you to your higher self, to your true self. I'm also hearing you're needing to kind of like go with the flow. Spending time near water can be significant right now. That can help you cleanse. Waters, of course, it's just, symbolically, it's a cleansing element. So spending time near water could be very beneficial for you right now, especially if you're going through like a deep, heavy transformation, right? Like they can be uncomfortable because you're shedding layers of yourself. You're shedding beliefs, right? Maybe a thought pattern that you thought or you believed to be true until maybe this message comes in and you're like, oh shit, like I've been living life wrong, or not necessarily wrong, because again, I feel like whatever you've experienced has guided you to where you're at today, but it's almost like a veil being lifted off of your own views, right? How you were seeing things, how you perceive things, and that's going to help you elevate, but it's also going to be uncomfortable. It's also going to be uncomfortable. Let me get some keywords, Spirit. Let me get a little bit more on this guide's energy. I'm also hearing like, I don't know why, but I'm hearing this is a warning. So maybe there's something that you're doing, or maybe the resisting, like don't resist, right? I feel like that you've known, maybe your intuition has been telling you that this evolution or elevation or ascension was coming, or that you needed to release or let go of certain things, but you didn't want to, or you refused it, or you rejected, or you suppressed it. And now here you are again, repeating a cycle. It feels like you may have repeated a cycle, and now you're like, okay, God, or your guides are telling you like, all right, are we going to repeat the same cycle, or are we going to go ahead and move up or elevate? Because we've been here before, right? You've been here before, and it's only going to get more, it's only going to get harder, right? The lesson is only going to hurt a little bit deeper if you continue to resist. Okay, so that could be a warning for some of you. So don't resist the change. Don't resist the elevation or the ascension. You're supposed to, right? You're being called, again, home. You're being called to your higher self. You could also even be having like dreams of elevating or floating, maybe floating. And as I'm saying that, I see the little turtle flowing in the water. So flowing, definitely flowing, right? Going with the flow. It says feel at home anywhere. Emotional strength. Remain true to your path. Peace, protection, persistence, patience. It's a lot of peace in here. Peace, protection, persistence, and patience. Pace yourself. Fertility, resolution, and determination. I'm hearing push a P. Is it push a Isn't that a word? Is that a song? Y'all know I be making up songs or lyrics. All right, what message do you have for the collective? Play, another P word, play. So you've been, I feel like with it coming out in the reverse, you could have been like very, maybe too disciplined or too focused on a certain goal or achievement. And it's become overwhelming, or it's just become heavy, right? And I feel like your guides are telling you to like just drop it. Just drop it, let it go. Go have fun, enjoy life. You could be into like, you could have children, or you're needing to tap into your inner child, like go have, enjoy playing with some children. Maybe if you don't have children, they will always bring the child out of you, right? Being part of their little group will bring the child out of you. Also, you're something about communication in your solar plexus. So speaking up could be significant, possibly about childhood wounds that you may have experienced, childhood experiences that could have limited you or kept you from really truthfully being confident in who you were, or who you wanted to be. I just saw 1111 on the timer. So maybe, yeah, home. Something about home. Is it the fourth house? Is home the fourth house, you guys? I think it is in astrology. Hold on. Now I want to know, because please don't tell me it's dead. Okay. The fourth house in astrology is, yeah, associated with home, family, and emotional foundations. So this could be significant for you right now, collective, like the your emotions connected to, how you grew up, your parents, your relationship with your parents, particularly your mother, right? How does that relationship with your mother look? That's something that you're having to kind of revisit, right? There's a lesson in that, possibly. In order for you to be able to elevate, there's something that maybe a mother wound, or your relationship between you and your mother, or your parents, or how your parents, what's the word I'm looking for? Give me the word, please. How your words interacted with each other, right? Like all of that, I feel like is coming up to the surface. Also, I feel like there's an energy of like wearing a mask. So you could have been masking these emotions. You could have been holding them in for some time, like since you were a child, maybe like you suppressed them. And the reason why I say this, because I see the Batman right here. So yeah, you could have just suppress them, and you, since then you just said, I just got to be my own superhero. I'm out here on my own. And I feel like now you're being guided to see that you're not doing life alone. You're not supposed to do life alone, if that's been you, right? If that's been in the energy that you've found yourself in. So, all right, let's get more on this. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, you could have went through some depression. Water, heavy on the water. So spend some time near water. The color blue, again, is significant. I did say blue and yellow. So speaking up and communication are important right now. Your intuition is telling you, we spoke about that, your intuition has been telling you that it's time to release and elevate and transform. And I think that you are waiting for the ass whooping before you do so. And I don't think that that's what you actually want. I don't think we want the ass whooping. Somebody said damn, it was a reel that I had just seen earlier today. How did she put it? Most of us learn lessons out of desperation instead of inspiration. I think that's what she said. And that's true. I feel like our intuition always tells us when a path or a decision tells us not to do it, or when we should. But I feel like we suppress it, we ignore it, we turn a blind eye because we don't know or accept our true selves. We suppress our truth, right? Because we feel that our truth either may not align with what was taught to us. Um, so we're going against something, but essentially we're going against our own truth, right? Against what we truly want, what we're truly sent here to do. Um, and yeah. And what is it, inspiration or desperation? Yeah, we wait until we get our ass whooped and we are like, damn, now I see why I knew. Like, we most of the time we say like, damn, I knew that was gonna happen. Damn, I knew you weren't, so and so. Damn, I just knew it. And that's because you did. You did know. You did. You just didn't act. So you can't even get mad at someone else for deceiving you or lying to you, or a job not being what you wanted. You took it anyway because it was for the money. Like, you can't be mad because something just didn't work out, because you knew. If essentially you knew. And then when you don't know in the beginning and then it is revealed to you, now you're too comfortable and you want to stay in it instead of leaving it because of comfort, because this is what you know, right? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's for somebody. All right, what messages do you have for the collective? I hope that made sense. The Four of Wands, again, heavy on home. Home is important right now. You're being called home. Either you're moving home, you're moving places, you're moving in with somebody's moving in with you. Family is important. Security, stability is important. Celebration. You could be celebrating something, or you could have recently celebrated something. I'm also picking up with the Four of Wands an energy of wanting to take things to a higher level of commitment with a particular person, possibly marriage, or just like a deeper contract, or solidifying a connection. Yeah, some information, like either a message came in, something came in that's going to a lot heavy on the communication, you guys. Something from the past, maybe your childhood could be significant right now. Your child, if you have children, that for some of you, I mean, your childhood could be significant right now, not your child. So maybe children are, of importance, or your child could be graduating for some of you. It is graduation time, so you could be celebrating a graduation, maybe having graduation party. Also, like, for some of you, I'm getting heavy. You're considering a move. If you're thinking about moving, or have been thinking about moving, to a city, a bigger city as well. You could be purchasing a home, or moving to somewhere that's just away from home, right? Like maybe to a big city, like New York City, Mexico City, like just somewhere. I feel like if you were from a small town, I feel like you're wanting to move somewhere where the city life stands out, I guess. Let me get more for the collective. Oh, okay. Hold on. Heavy on family. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So if this talks about just you, right? Collective, if we're talking about you, there's definitely something here when it comes to inheritance, right? Things that have been passed on to you, things that have you could be in the process of wanting to build something with someone that you're connected to romantically, something long lasting. This is giving like you're happily ever after. I'm hearing this elevation is exactly what that's bringing, right? Longevity, stability, um, long-term wealth, right? Like this is not just being rich for a little bit, but this is actually building something for generations to come. You could be receiving an inheritance for, or you could be inheriting a home for some of you. Um, you could be thinking about buying or purchasing some dogs, a dog, pit bull. I'm hearing pit bull, cane corso, and look, the colors remind me of this doggy that I used to sometimes watch. But whew, heavy on the family, y'all. Like children and family and building and security and I'm hearing generational, not generational curses, but maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe that's what you're working through. You're breaking generational patterns or curses, right? You're like the first in your family to do something that is different, right? That's different. Breaking patterns that others were not able to do. And I feel like there's a lot of like things are getting ready to pick up. And I it's difficult, right? Like I feel like this transformation is difficult, but it's going to elevate you to this emperor status if I'm talking to a masculine. If I'm talking to a feminine, I feel like this elevation is going to help you attract, or it's going to attract an emperor. And this emperor works hard, hard, hard. Or you've been working hard on perfecting a skill, or you've just been so laser focused on work, right? Maybe you're someone who has been working hard to build this home or build this stability or this family, or long-term wealth. And I feel like things are picking up, things are balancing out. I feel like this spiritual cleansing that you're experiencing is going to take you to this your 10 of Pentacles energy. It's going to remove things that no longer serve you, to allow you to open up or receive. I feel like you're ready to receive. And I said something about inspiration earlier, desperation or inspiration, and there's that word right there. So if you felt like you've been blocked or things were not moving forward, or you've just been doing a lot of healing and cleansing, and it just felt like you would move forward and things would kind of slow down, move forward, slow down. I feel like with this cleansing, with this release, it's going to allow for things to flow a little bit better than they were before. The Seven of Cups, yeah. See, you were stuck in your head or something. It's like you're confused or wondering if you are in the right path, right? Like you, if you're wondering if you're on the right path, right? Either you have a lot of options, or you're going to get ready to be exposed to different options on which direction you can go after the elevation happens. Like after you release, I feel like different doors or opportunities are getting ready to open up for you. It's like I'm hearing you got the whole world. And I hear that song a lot sometimes. Well, I hear it when I'm getting ready to elevate energetically. So it reminds me that I do have the whole world in my hands, right? Like I have options, right? Possibilities, right? Potential. You're seeing things from a higher perspective. So you're seeing the different opportunities that are presented to you once you're able to release whatever has been holding you back. And I feel like it's been more so like emotionally or mentally. It doesn't feel like there's been a person or people trying to hold you back. And maybe there was, because I did see the Five of Wands. Maybe people's opinions or views or mental, or maybe their own mentality um try to bring confusion and doubt, or it could potentially do that. But I feel like you're seeing things as opportunities, right? Options, not as confusions or illusions. You're using it as inspiration. You're seeing everything. It's like you have with your look, hold on. Let me get my words out because I'm excited for this energy. You, with all this money, you got all these options, right? It's like you're going to be at a point where you can do whatever you want, how you want to do it. It's not about like, oh, but if I want to do this and I can't do that. No, it's going to be, well, I'm going to do this and I want to do that and I'm going to do it. And oh, I can do that too. And I can fit it in my schedule. So I'm going to do that too. Ooh, now I want to try this. And I see that I have this hobby that I'm actually kind of good at. I want to do that too. And you're going to be able to do it. I just feel like you're getting ready to get to a point in your life where the options are going to be not just doors that you can walk through, but doors that you can walk through and monetize from, right? To actually turn it into something. Like your inspiration is you're gonna watch your ideas, you're going to take them, you're going to put action behind them, and they're going to turn into money, or they're going to turn into yet another opportunity, another door opening. It just feels like this release is really going to take you to what it says open, as I'm saying that, open spaces. Like I'm seeing someone take a canvas, a blank canvas, and just painting whatever they freaking want with it and making it art, right? Like you're taking your life, and each door that you walk into, you're taking that and you're turning it into something. And I love that. I love that energy that you're in. I know right now you're possibly like going through the sadness or releasing. So it doesn't feel good right now, but you'll see why. You'll soon see why you were going through that. What is this Four of Wands for the collective? Yeah. See, you were rejecting something. You were rejecting something. You could have been with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords. I'm getting heavy. Other people's opinions, views, beliefs were almost keeping you stuck, depressed, and even feeling a sense of betrayal, right? Like, but I feel like you started to realize that you can't change other people's opinions or how they view you. They're always going to have an opinion. I'm also hearing some of you could have experienced like cyberbullying, like someone either trying to block you online, maybe from being seen, or maybe because they didn't align with what you believed in, or pretending to be someone else online and talking shit on your platform, or maybe, I don't know, DMing you, I don't know, whatever. Some of you, I feel like some of you could have experienced that or went through that. And it just feels like it just feels like you started to reject these people, places and things. That's why you're possibly thinking about moving, relocating, moving house, packing up with your person if you are connected to someone, and moving and just never looking back. It just feels like you're over, or you were over the way things have been, right? You were over the way things have been presented to you. You could have even been rejected for different, I'm hearing for some of you, maybe loans, rejected from maybe kicked out from a home, um or you're kicking someone out from a home because of arguments, differences of opinion. I don't know, it just feels like you're over it. You're no longer feeding into things that don't align with your energy, right? Whether that's people, places, or things, whatever that may be for you. The Five of Cups. For some of you, you could have experienced a recent loss in the family, an elder possibly. Going back to the inheritance, you could be inheriting a home. But I do feel like there's a lot of sadness here. I do feel like you're going through this energy. You're feeling blue. You're feeling down. Um, things just they don't feel too exciting at the moment. It just feels, I'm feeling really blah and annoyed. Even though the energy feels good here with it on the top, like this, where you're headed, I guess I should say, it just still feels like you are healing in the process of releasing, right? And like I said, it's just not easy. It's not easy. It's a process. But you're getting ready to head in that new direction. You could be receiving good news as well about a new opportunity. Like I said, new opportunity showing up, new doors opening up. I was just telling someone today that when I experienced, or when I first, right, it's started experiencing the ascensions and elevating, it was initially when I did not necessarily understand what it was, or why it was happening. It would be very difficult process for me, because I am someone who loves very hard, and um I'm a Virgo. I attach myself to things. Once I say, "Oh, this is mine," like I like to take care of it and nurture it and keep it, whatever it may be, right? Whatever it is. But I realized that in order for me to ascend and to elevate, there were things and people who I needed to let go of. And at first it was difficult. And I'm like, why? Why? I would ask why very often. Why? I would focus on those three cups. Why wasn't it working out? Why didn't it look like I wanted it? Why was it failing? And why? And the whole time I would fail to realize that I still had those two cups behind me, and those were fucking sturdy cups, right? Like nothing was knocking them down, right? And it just felt like, and I know you're ascended because you're going from the Four of Cups to the Five of Cups, right? And it's like at first you were over it and you were praying for something. Now you're getting it, and now you're focusing on what's not working. Well, it's working in your favor. Although it's uncomfortable, it's you're still ascending, you're still growing, right? You're still cleansing. It's just that you're cleansing, you're releasing, and that's not easy. That's why you're being asked to go with the flow and spend time near water, maybe go to a beach or lake, um to cleanse your aura or cleanse yourself, get away from the day-to-day and the worries and the the things that are not working out, and focus on the things that are good in your life, how far you have made it, the things that you're proud of, and the things that may not have worked. Just look at them from a different angle or a different perspective as to, okay, what was I supposed to learn from this? Or what lesson am I supposed to get from that? And if you don't receive that answer right then and there, it's okay. Leave it alone, step away from it, because I can guarantee you that God is going to give you that aha moment. But it's not going to be while you're emotional and crying and releasing. Right now you're working through those emotions. Once you're past that, that's when you'll see, like, oh shit, that's why I went through that. That's why I experienced that. Right? That's why. Yeah, see, right now you're too wounded and tired, or you're almost at a point of exhaustion because you've been trying to keep going and going and going and going. And it's like the wounded warrior energy. Warriors take breaks too, right? Warriors have to take a moment to process, um, and regain that energy. And I feel like that's where you're at right now, taking a break, sitting it out, let things settle. Allow yourself to sit and maybe in the sadness, but not in a sense where you want to hold on to it, but in a way where you're releasing it, where it's okay, where you accept the fact that it's okay to be sad, but it's also okay for me to release. See, that's that strength energy. I love this energy for you guys. You could be dealing with a Leo. You have a Leo in your chart. And the Hermit, there's that Virgo energy. Ooh, and the King of Cups. So yeah, you are going through a dark night of the soul. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who has just been feeling out in the cold. You could have also even been experiencing some, like, either a cold or some illnesses, because your body is trying to tell you, like, okay, sit down, tap out, wait a minute, slow down, it's okay, right? It's okay, relax for a little bit, right? Review, reflect. Look how far you've come. Yes, you got ways to go, but look how far you've come. Look what you have accomplished. Look at the things that you have, the patterns and the curses that you have broken. This is kind of like that part of the race, like a marathon, where sometimes you see people like give you like a little cup of water so you can drink and you can keep going. Like, I feel like you're at that place where you're like, okay, hold on, let me drink a little bit of water, let me reassess, let me gain my strength, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it to keep going. You're gonna need it because you're gonna have so many options. You're gonna have opportunities and doors open for you. Make sure you do your research on some of these options or opportunity. Don't just jump at every single one. Just because it's shiny, just because it glitters, it doesn't mean it's gold. So still do your research, but you'll have those options. You'll have those doors opening up. You're gonna, I feel like I'm picking up on an energy where you're going to find this confidence in yourself. You're going to have this renewed energy and confidence in yourself. Again, going back to the solar plexus, the strength talks about that solar plexus energy as well. There's a lot of yellow in your energy, a lot of yellow and blue, which again, it has to do with your throat and speaking up, as well as your solar plexus, which talks about your confidence, right? So have confidence in who you are and what you're evolving into. I also feel like that you're going to get to a point where you're going to look at yourself from the outside looking in, if that makes sense. You're kind of like, how some people say when they meditate, they get to that place where you see yourself sitting there. You could have that experience. Actually, for some of you, could be meditating and finally seeing yourself sitting there meditate. If you get to that point, you've made it, my friend. You've made it to pure bliss and peace. But it's like you're gonna see yourself from a different perspective, like, damn, like I remember that person used to be sad. Oh damn, like I remember when that kid used to sit in the corner and cry, but I can now hug that kid and I can say, we made it, we made it this far. I feel like crying. What did I tell y'all? You're gonna be releasing tears. Whew. My goodness. Okay. You can have a lion tattoo. Leo, I don't know why I keep looking at the lion. So there's like this beast in you ready to come out and pop out, but not in a sense where it's not tamed or doesn't know which way to go, but in a sense where you're like, I know exactly where I want to go and I'm ready to unleash the beast. I'm ready to let the beast out in me, right? Like I'm ready to show people what I'm made of. I've been suppressing and holding back for so long that I'm ready to show up to the world as a loving individual, as someone that's not afraid to open up, not necessarily wear your heart on your sleeve, but approach things with love and not be afraid to do that, right? Not be afraid to be hurt or be disappointed or be rejected, because you know that you're approaching things with love and with respect and with being in a higher vibration, right? You with when you know that you are doing things out because in good faith, you know you're either, if it works out, it's because it was supposed to. If it doesn't, it's just a good lesson. And as I'm saying that, I'm seeing a win-win outcome in the forecast. You're always going to win, even if it doesn't work out exactly how you want it. And I feel like moving through life with that mentality really helps with that sadness and that depression, right? But knowing that everything that doesn't work out just like exactly as we want it, it's gonna eventually be a lesson that's gonna help us and show and mold us and shape us into who we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to become. Ooh, why am I keep dropping? I keep dropping everything. Hold on, you guys. Ooh. Ugh. Okay, let's get this Moonology cord. Let's bring it all home. These have really been bringing things like these readings together. So let me see. Time to release negativity. I told you it's time to let go and move up and ascend and elevate, and shoo, conclusions are within reach. So that tough cycle, that tough emotional release that you're going through is about to come to an end. So like I said, it's not going to be like this all the time. Full moon eclipse. But it is hard, right? Things are just being removed from your path. Things that you thought beliefs that you thought were true. Where the hell is this? Full moon eclipse. 96. Okay. It says full moon eclipse. And just like that, a door slams shut. If you've pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about to reach a peak is about to reach a peak or has just done so. And things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it is the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. Attuned to the moon. It says that which is meant for me will not pass me by. And additional meanings of this card. Doors which slam shut will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Seed control and let events unfold. The teaching. Full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. Full moon eclipses are the same, but not steroids. Okay. A full moon eclipse, that says steroids. Okay. A full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it portends change, portents portents change. Sorry, y'all. Something many of us are uncomfortable with. But change is part of life, and in this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of the fact. Full moon eclipses can also give us a glimpse into the what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. What did I say? You're going through the dark night of the soul. It's time to release childhood beliefs, limiting beliefs, close the door to the old life and let yourself ascend. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope that message helps some. Again, the winner, LaDonna Monet 9376. Send me an email for your 30-minute free reading giveaway. And congratulations to you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.